And so my favorite Professor Joseph Osafo is here. Of course, we'll look at the psychology of opening up the economy, the borders, and what have you. Taking off our masks and all. Henry Kwabna Kukufu is here. Nana Furiusi is here. Ethiopia. Prof Mache.
Chamajino.
Boko de.
Mejo so pa na mpom.
Nyame adom.
Ese your colors no de. Ayenzi.
There here.
The psychology of colors.
I'm telling you. Come colors no. Killer colors.
Meaning say over there
come on.
That's it.
Come on.
So colors are pleasing to the eye and depends on what you wear.
Na on so come Monday, on start to adwuma sa. Yeah, na say wonya bi e be elevate mood me kaka.
Ampa.
Na ama week na ku yi.
Enti Jani a share bright colors kaka.
Professor Professor the psychology.
I'm mood no. O fa dark colors na yes tabi.
Obi siminia itia ko na sim kan just nipa mre etia.
Oh.
Enti eja ya ni agie ni kaka. Nana for you to say.
Papa nyame na adumo.
Yeah, the nyame ase. Fresh from Bali, Indonesia. Henry Kwabna Kukufu.
Indonesia.
Open you match here.
Ejoso bro, Chama General.
Na esumu ko bibi Minamata convention.
Indonesia.
Wo ko bibi a friend Minamata convention or Bali, Indonesia. I know day.
Chama General.
Yes sir.
I Professor Tada no teacher. So colors the teacher. Ma member na puri achia no pe na prof.
Papa Oshiaje. Amaza.
I then.
This man if a law or be tackle if environmental matter if security or tackle if environmental mercury maybe I be papa or be tackle
or scholar.
Chama General on was a professor wa.
Aye.
Enti na puri person mark me sisi ya. Na and pay professor Emma me said 2/10. Anyway, me chat here for. And the criminal matter convention if we are seeing now she efa mercury. Mercury use. We say you na mercury na you hu ni say yadibia mu dupa unhuza. If you say you can cry me at say sika you noti mercury line wo na gold nsoso titiro metu gold nkuma form no na mercury no mo de chi sika no and to the use of mercury abaya popular na no na chi no niema bi products bi nso buy ada mercury wo ebi ne ne a ye de sra po honamani nku cream ne ba ku bi na de say atra. Okay.
Minim atra include cream de minim.
Oh, atra. Na binumo semina hudu bi nso ai na your friend ayi sa skin ayi brand medical soups no. Ne bi ho na ayi mercury wo. Ntini nyina wi ase akase enye asese yetwe ho free ho. Eno yesin on say dental service cavity bemwa you defele no near the mercury free your friend no dental amalgam ni nyina wi ase aye say yentwe ho free ho na Ghana ye ka ho bi ye sa share Minamata convention ase enti na otwetwa mu na wi ase nyina hia wo Bali, Indonesia. Na general na so bomode na afa ho duru ha no achi ayira o se baby so achi ayira we ase last pa nanso nyame adaroma Ghanaian delegation na koye na yensia mema mienu na ma 9 na Ghana ni mbenyam anunti ama penipa owo Global Environmental Fund ono na CEO why share so person be hu mampani na na kwakufu ado Ghana na kwa cry between afaso ebeboa ama the environmental the manema yeye particularly the use of mercury ɛne kwan a bɛtumi asi ano anaa yɛabrɛ no ase koraa ɛtu sɛ nhwɛmu akyerɛ pefee sɛ ɔkɔ baabi a yɛyɛ gold nkumankuma small scale mining fa ho sɛ yɛ legal na yɛ illegal dodoɔ no ayusu mercury ana ɛde kye sika akɔɔ no na di dɛm wɔ yɛnsuansuaa mu ɛne asase no ankasa a yɛdua no baeɛ wɔ soɔ no afei sɛ ɔmu yɛ no saa na ɔmu ɛto gold no ne yɛyi gold no deɛ yɛnane no a so wisie no ɛkɔ soro no release mercury ɛma no nso climate change wohome kɔ ɔmu nso a wahrawa no mu nso ɛno nso ɛde ɔhaw ba nti kwan biaa ɛsɛ sɛ yɛ nyinaa fa soɔ nti woba environmental protection agency a yɛwɔ project bi a ɛyɛ the use of mercury nti ɛne public health service for ɛnom ne mpɛnina aka na ɛyɔ ɛno ho nkutahodie na ɛkɔdie na Ghana produce a yɛbiafrɛ national action plan a ɛno yɛ present ma mpanifoɔ Ghana global environmental fund for mpanifoɔ ɛne Minamata convention for no ɛma ɔn nyinaa gye atom sɛ Ghana yɛabɔ yɛ homɔden yɛakɔ yɛ anim but ɛno no ma yɛtiri mu nyɛ dɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtɔkɔ so na te sɛ nea wo ne yɛyɛ public awareness public education no ɛsɛ yɛpagya mu de nti yɛ sector minister yɛbɔ no amane a ɔno de bɛkɔ akɔdan president ɛne cabinet na anamontuo biaa ɛwɔ hɔ ayɛ sɛ yɛtoa so no yɛatoa so na kyɛma general anwonwasɛm ɛwɔ mu ne sɛ ɛberɛ a yɛyɛ Gold Coast no 1933 ana colonial masters ebi yɛ soɔ no ɛbane the use of mercury ɛwɔ Ghana ɛwɔ saa berɛ no Gold Coast
ɔmo brae
yɛbrae na nti small scale gold mining no yɛfrɛ no artisanal small scale gold mining ɛnyɛ nnɛ na ɛba wo as far back as 1933 yɛyɛ Gold Coast no na yɛyɔ ho adwuma na mercury no na nananom ne mpanin de yɔ nti aban a wɔwɔ hɔ yɛ English aban colonial masters ɛbane 1933 nti yɛfrɛ no Mercury Law of 1933
Mercury Law of 1933
ɛdi akotenea kɔpem berɛ nya fa ahodie nyinaa mu 56 years on 1989 PNDC Law 217 ana ɛbɛpasse another Mercury Law ana legalizing the use of mercury ɛwɔ small scale mining ɛno na ma ho kwan sɛ yɛtumi use mercury ɛna yɛde ayɛ bɛduru apɛ pɛmpɛnsoɔ bi a yɛwɔ mu sisi a wiase nyinaa sɛ dɛbi ɛsɛ sɛ yɛsan ɛkɔ yɛkyi na nti ɛyɛ nneɛma ahodoɔ bebree yɛkɔ yɛ anim no saa mmara no a ɛwɔ hɔ no deɛn na ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyɛ no ɛwɔ mu sɛ yɛapaase laws bebree minerals commission wɔ mmara ne regulations bebree a ɛtia now ɛtia yɛ ne sɛ wɔn a yɛ large scale mining no wɔn use mercury wɔn use sodium cyanide
okay
any other leaching agents ɛno no ɛyɛ degradable ɛno no kyerɛ sɛ awia bɔ so a ɛtumi ɛhwete ɛmfa ɔhaw no ma kɛse pii mercury no sɛ tie ni na ɛda ho dadeɛ da ɛmporɔ ɛnyɛ hwee ɛno nti ɛda ma yɛ haw no nti biribi kakraa bi ni
Interesting. So, Minamata Convention, at least, and the Yusuyahu BB, the Environmental Protection Agency, Minamata Convention, Bali, Indonesia. Na, Komoka Krebi, and I'm Chief Executive, your friend, Henry Kwabena Kokrokoo. De tudra nampacho you be out English for JHS say ope ejuma ye na say oye English teacher mpacho for pen paper private school be a new aplaku near wager almost English teacher ama JHS classes inti say oye first degree holder na say ajia uchre English brofo for 05038999316. I'll take it again. A private school at New Aplaku near wager is looking for an English teacher for the JHS classes. If you're a first degree holder and you're interested, please dial 05038999316. That is 05038999316. Professor Osafo, memra also ENRA president finally. ye be borders. Leftist restrictions ni bebre. Nose mask wearing and mandatory. A bit of party, a ball, a it looks like life is about to come back to normal. But washebo and that's our boy Koko. Say na so yen hwe ho so ye. Insa hohoro ne say be boy ho ban ne kekeka ho no. Ne kwakwa ne say ya say ye giatum say COVID no ko esense ho kakra nanso be bia edu ni de e bit bia fa ne say ya brabo na yiye but ye pese bisa say and now na eto saying say wo hwe in the ubon kratani bi tania omo a reported COVID ya now tio man panyin sem no kan say he wants the economy to bounce back fully. Na niama tutoye borders open, face mask optional. President relaxes COVID-19 protocols and a daily statesman. And a day and by daily graphics say 28th COVID-19 update. Ghana reopens borders, face mask no longer mandatory. President Ushe other newspapers were publisher. Government lifts COVID restrictions, face mask not mandatory. Church, funeral activities return. Land sea borders open. And no, I will publisher. They will crack him. Some of the newspapers have reported it. And let's see. I say, I'm for kakra. Prof, who say?
Yo. Jamajina me that's me share tifo so nyina.
Yeah, Joso.
Say weekend na dey na yini akwantu ahulunti na just say obi ya na baby nti mo a amokushi amode share kwa me weekend bi share me de share for me bi me mo nyina yakọ na me fa omokra ensie.
Yeah, yeah, kind of so no na Yera Kwamina Duncan, former Central Regional Minister. Nema me ye kwa no mabo this weekend I compare baby man die. Nti ya Kwamina Duncan ne nebusu nyina so shedding. Yes. Nana bombo a owo enum. Ema one o ahemfo we nu nyina na me come crew na kwa me chis na easy cry yes Saturday no. Ayi be ma akoma nine. And sometimes you wonder whether these things are not affecting local economies. You can imagine the impact on but the movie COVID. In February, Yari Edini Penyapa na Yankwa and say, oh, share if we are seeing Send the beer many grandpa and the account. Obi say COVID exactly deleterious impact on government be around the world. And yes, you can be an either you're not reading or wash it up or yes, yeah.
Or maybe a bread. Governance be a watch them. Now COVID really tested our leadership skills and local innovations. So we share anamutua government ahoro edi gu akwem sika yede so small scale business asne nduane a na ye cheche ama wonga enyi nduane ndi. If you say I remember on the 11th of March we went on a 3-week lockdown.
Yeah.
And na enye easy cry. But sorry, so many various stakeholders near Bayana Muturing
after 11th March though.
After 11th March.
Yeah.
March.
Towards the end of March, you know.
Right. And the course are we. It's been 2 years. 2 long, torturous years.
2 years.
That's quite. And Obi Abe hope say, oh yabre. Adidie, ye free home. Make I say buy na various remedies. One idea traditional remedies eba ebi say ori ginger ebi say ori meko ebi kura say ori appetition. Now they can all kinds of remedies are not scientifically proven now and until about me to an more another COVAX we know if you say you rule out vaccination. I mean no we say we have had to still struggle, but at least there are 4 you can say waves the eba Omicron the come on any
Delta new Omicron
I say member Omega meka because alpha by Omega meka ho they are not just in the April. Na me adom Omega biamba.
Yeah.
But here na me hear Nkrofo are tested positive. It's about 160,000. And sadly we've lost over 1,400 people.
Yeah.
For the past 2 years now. Near Nimse at least by 2019, now even by February 2020 now by March na busi ebinu onwaka ebinu atochuma na omo free. Na
we've lost friends and brothers, eh?
Oh, nana me kaka ubi na menete se ote na mete ha. And I will be and I meeting. Na abroswa 2 weeks after. Okay. He was gone. COVID edmeko. Entina o kaka enra na omanpanyi fellow Ghanaians number 28 he brought memories back.
Yeah,
lots. I'll just reflect and say, oh, yeah, Brampa. Now, my leadership also mabre.
Yeah.
Omanpanyi abre. The leadership abre. Obi a leader for the past 2 years. Be our far COVID movie no. I was about say mama. It's not easy. Because Nkrofo do wechi. We are watching.
We feel could have brave.
If you come in here, yeah, near leadership. One here no can say, oh, omo prominent in terms of political leaders, religious leaders. But the answer how if you parents are leaders. I want a free bar and some other areas. I'm afraid a better fee now because about the last week I say that is all the world has come to an end there. Because on the air cost I say my young almost and grandma have gone through a lot.
Yeah.
One of my kinds of my brother parents and one old school SS2 at the time I'm started. Now I'm control SSC. Now is either we want to gamble with their life or want to take a very firm decision here, Mama Kochro. It was a difficult time.
Very.
And I buy me and me and my we had a few challenges there, but and sad, and granted me when you made the money now pass and there. Some kind of mabro.
Papa.
On one of my bandswa. You don't see any amount. It is some many too much. I'm just following up on them passing. What becomes of them? And you know, number 28. I bind the by. For me, I was critically listening to it for a possible review. Yeah, he said I buy 2 and more alpha. Now, some of the decisions now a woman also. I'm also doing a study on COVID, on maybe the mental health impact of COVID.
And maybe
yes, now NGBI the outcome about to you.
Great.
It was a project being now South African Research Council like mine, and share the damage COVID are exactly on Nkrofo physical health. Share a lot of the studies now in the physical health. Say be memory loss, but the long-term impact, effect, our Nkrofo adrenaline or more emotional composure. Most studies are finding no and they are buying any new or the review okay baby Adrian. Ye 2 and more kakra. Or here over 13 million Ghanaians, 13.1 or so, any vaccination. I may say Ghana a day to me procure over 29 million vaccination. The idea is to build herd immunity. It means vaccinate 20 million Ghanaians, especially in the areas now. A hotspot.
Yeah, Martin said 13 million vaccines have been rolled out.
Yes.
Well, over 13 million anyway. Yes. Yeah, Prof.
Yes. And you know, Oshe Greater Accra, Greater Kumasi, what are hotspots? Say it may achieve a certain control. Not just say a queen. Now, a no and a buying another Casamuno. Now, may share portions be. Now, I was asking myself a few questions. I mean, flagging those ones out. The Dika, Abana Mutuno 2 year in holding small scale businesses together. No, a boy, I was see. I mean, a call back. Near say, how did you fare? Because now say a Juma ACSS no. Once and Crawford, I a bit worried.
Yeah.
Kakra obi akasa medjuma say. Enti I say something I will say ye ni edi echi. Na ye say edu hifa. Sika na ekomo nchen. Various kind of say small and medium scale workers no. Ba hin nye sika no. And nyuma na say come it will be very good to review all of those.
Yeah.
Now I say impact na buying a pay there no. Did you work? We are no free home so when we say about this with schools.
Yeah.
Na pay innovations be for example online. And I say just idea. Online teaching.
Yeah.
Because sorry me catch on some virologists the 10 years from 2020 to 2030 what you say it can be a lost decade.
2020 to 2030.
Yes. How much I say the world will be fraught with so many will be met with so many challenges. Just a impact, it mean grow, papa, it being challenges. Oh yeah, Ukraine crisis every year. Even if it's not a viral attack, look at the impact on global economy. And you know, say it means who say and no ecosi say. We are no free home. Kwame who say my local manufacturing.
Yeah.
Buy PPEs are whole on here and also ecosi say. Ehinedu. Idea shite some and I say ebetwaso. Okay, various interventions are buying a roll out agenda 111.
Yeah.
A guswa air core buying say by 2024 na ebia etumia commissioning. Now the very interesting also communication more omampenyi edibai no. The mask. Say mask wearing no ye relaxing kakra. Na mo na hana ehona me wan kakra mo ndia. Kwame, so I haven't come across any study, but mask wearing in Ghana, was adjudged one of the most effective means prior to vaccination. Now, reduce transmission of this virus, and they are very effective. Now, especially when metastasis or share and active cases is less than 100. And again, in most of our hospitals, we don't have a lot of people are hospitalized.
Yeah.
But the fight against infectious disease, the most dangerous part is communication. Because obi understand your better relaxing wearing of mask, yes. Obi the say, oh, he said yes, and defeated.
There be cancer.
Yes, I'm America.
Yeah.
Make answer and right by in some other platforms on universities. Maybe besides what does it mean to universities? Because over Legon campus, I be or say a class can be over 1,000, 500, 600, and the lecturer is concerned. Say, what does it mean? People may not misconstrue.
Bro, for my opinion, you see a mandatory.
Or is it mandatory?
Ain't it a nyan shit?
A nyan shit.
Nemum a idea, yitimi a twas 1K. Ain't it be a lecture to be decided? Say, it's time to say 1,500 and now 300 and now 400 waha. I bobo huntu obian shene mask. You point out to me.
To be honest with you, I would have wished say hono ya ntoche kokrampo ankenke for now.
Mask
the reason is this. In Prempre I can say, there is China krampo initially so say China na very strong way and more fighting. Currently they are still in crisis.
Yeah.
They are still fighting this thing. Certain part of the UK, Ireland say they are still fighting this. And we are not completely out of the woods. They are buying and I say, you see a relaxing restrictions. Remember a boost to local economy. Come on here, borders now close, affecting border tax. Because you can go in there and do business by your closing twinkle. And there's a good intention behind the Abayan Kano. But the enemy said, we know a little bit of caution is needed. And the one leaders in various organizations, in schools, should be careful the way they translate this into something workable in their settings. Because I don't hear part. No, Obi at your say, is he a man shit? What can someone ship also wish me? Aban say me shit. But there's an Aban kind. Aban say, and yen she say, Obeshe mask. Now, I hope Sank Aban can samu. Aban can say, ye guso, ye easy precious no. Tidi kind ye open up all our land borders. If ye ko ye ni be mask no mask. Because I mean, to be honest with you, the mask was effective.
Yeah.
Prior to ye rolling out vaccines. No? And you know, I thought say maybe now I say a bit cautious kakra ho. Na enkrofushe, especially here in places where we interacting with number of clients. Kwame say who really go campus say at a stretch of your eye you can count more than 100.
Yeah.
Almost dozen.
Go baby.
And then already no people are not wearing it. Already in Kokrokoo. And the a big crack obi can say oh say mask not just an umbrella down.
That I don't even.
Obi if you can say umbrella down. I say hey say umbrella down home if you people are not wearing it already. And you know a hono pena mesre say Ghana for omampanyini ne apamfo epese wo ma restrictions no emugu kakra na it me enyuma but I was say your boy home because I mean we haven't closed our can I say portal is it inclusive
yeah
you go so air test no and grofo go so edi akoni aba ewura omenu from all these areas around the world where they are still struggling with this and you know a hono pen na yemen na be say we know did we have to say that couldn't we have put it say bia yengusu ani enche mask no na mo ni yebue borders no na ma obi anji anu ensi bone anka say ade no Ghana for eho ametikatra yeah because say aban eroli out vaccine first we you become go can say that na be kind ebi mo so yenya medru so kaya enti owo panel so ma opan na wi kokoro na medine so and yenya the third wave and ankrofo a award ja no got infected
ebi nya pa
emi ehunu say obetumi awo na we you mask na you get infected
yeah
enti no ye be kan ha e question crofo enti no public communication when it comes to infectious disease no na the slightest asampene obi aji wan akosi bone enti ye be ye ti hedie ye nsantimu biwe na en kanche omanfo nyina say mask no obetumi a yese obehye baby especially wo ko baby enipa dodo ewo na baby a enclosed kind of space when you're sure about the place but more than nashi na emu na me hwese bi a area na me hwese bi a maybe saban ednani ko ho a ebebo an se kama woko most areas say the memu say why say bebre enhoro wonsa no wo mo de sanitizer which is fine so when to be nsu ahoro nsa ko sanitizer go nsem no san she mask na fine nti bia na hono anka ebeboa kakra nti eno no my first point the last point on this one no your borders na yebuye no kame krom ha na nyina ati
omemu ha
na nyina ati yenya buye borders yi no yesra say one a manage those borders no yesra mo omo manage the borders with integrity you see ebuye die but e be na a good reason to see say as we see the way of feeling 24 wear a mask and yashi and I say or call the other town also we show mask maybe about to say be so they see and yashi ama ya boy hoba if you say you say baby COVID if you would have made if you are mindful for so and the would have yempo we are not a global village we cannot be because a young one it ye ne afoforo and AD and so so and ye ko nearby near any afoforo kasa near relate no you can say the virus circulates by human interaction and when you be interactive na mo ko ba nyina na o risk cause and ye mesre say ye bue de but ye ma ye ni so na ho
ye ni na
na eno so ankofa because one ye mark ye mo say omo ye dinosaurs in managing these things no ground and then a whole city over 25 million people are locked down. I mean they are almost or the on the China they say on plan they are worship. China uses very strong muscular response.
China they don't waste time.
And memo be a movie. And the intention is well understood. Aban a trimpoa aban the year we know that yes ba kwa me no na me pese me bo aban ba so ani ma be mi no bi ho na me sre ka say ye nto aso me nyai the day kan no hospitals aban agena wan ye pese ye no it is in response to the need in building hospitals in the various districts across the country ama biribi eba at various local levels no ebet me aso ano meme yanka say etu anambo yinti no aban ahye bo say oba make sure say by 2024 no na ni nyina ya commission misreo say mema enye asem kakeke say etumi yes ade come will have solved a major infrastructural deficit in the health sector seriously pa ebe bo papa internet ye yesra ban say sana motu na aban tu ye ne bona baso na yenko ye nim afa di tibia eno so e wo se di e ka ho asem ka me key stakeholders yenya covid wo gina mu pa bo ama aban ekon ye ense ye ni efa won so kra ka me top on the list when me bias that religious leaders one ya dia papa seriously now if you want to say na say rolling out you can say registration of SIM cards one say ebino at the church site come here, are you aware of that
church
yes ebino but because come here, the churches give you a captive audience oba say encrophone upon sorry you can get at least by 500 200 straight away no why but so one if you feel and somehow whether we like it or not religious groups have helped this nation to organize as at certain levels if you are delivering health education and any other program out me I mean my own church of Pentecost we had no more 2 years ebra covid 80 years
eno am apani bom abaso
no boy abaso and I say if he may be forgiven but you are forgiven no I forgiveness be any come you say it to an number it's about saying how attack on God and country and it to an number because say kushia minister na or Greater Accra mini penny giant strong man Henry na oni e discuss say omuhia mo na ntamo panyimfo no e dey ni magu akwam say ni e be ye come ni e be ye program we had a use of the place
okay
yeah the rent yes but we sacrificed that thing any of the man and it was on once or twice be aban here say or per se area the man we were ready to release it just say in sorry Catholic so California the same thing in sorry religious group actually say we are not just living in the nation ye wo asudie bi edai so na ya chere say so mind no kwa hia mu we can work with politicians and I think it's a very strong message ya send it to politicians say ye ne omobom echichire o mind man ye and ye nyina ya fan hia adwene mu nso no nyina ehun say kwa me ya mfa ma ena nipa do ifremu you don't know who die. You don't know who the person may be to you. And one more idea Islamic groups, Christian groups, other stakeholders are it too sana mono. I think say or my bomb. So now, Kwame, the point that you critical, I say, we can cement this relationship further. Abine, sa religious be to me, and yans our sword is our sword, and in Komobi say, a dear who front be to me, aye, beyond the ye. Now, a Kwame and Sona move to me a boy buying. Now, I buy to an more attitude of me. I pursue a certain agenda. I think it shouldn't just be Bribia just assembly ba and temwa people ya free stakeholders. No, who said they are very, very key for national development. No, I buy into a number, no various religious groups international. Now, you had the obey to my Ediaboa national development. I think that this was a test case. And we have to take it to the next level. The meaning we know, and I'm more here to say, take National Committee for Vaccine Production.
Yeah, Professor Frimpong
very innovative. Kwame, almost say you better not hand about vaccine distribution. Make I say there's a geopolitical arrangement on this thing. Say, make us at a point, America had so many vaccines, but not on the rest of the world. Because and I expired it. Because the vaccine was another tool to find a way of manipulating and getting things for yourself. It's business, it's diplomacy.
Big time.
And I think say another a very courageous step past Ghana, Rwanda, and I mean say Senegal. To Sana Bono. Say, you bet to me a build a vaccine for ourselves here for all kinds of infections. I'm a baby bar. Side geopolitical arrangement and manipulation. To me, I just want to from before I have bread. And I know you have my passport. Mama enka dakum into an ammo.
Then calling him.
Now, come finally, no, because I now. And we are not another bebo Ghana Psychological Association.
Be a new refuge.
But Matthias, you can say all other stakeholders. Maybe I need show. Maybe I need how come over here. Person can create. We are dear papa, any medical fraternity, Ghana Medical Association.
Oh, Dr. Fode, Dr. Fode, nurses.
Now, Mama, careful. Say we are not yet out of the woods.
Out of the woods.
We have made progress, but and I don't can spam. Na yama bribia so
Professor Joseph Osafoye does say now, you near fire about yam kakra intimidate no bro. Ajabing in Hachu says our performance on COVID-19 was the third best in the world. I wonder why some Ghanaians don't appreciate our good efforts. And then fire takes on Professor Osafo. He says, I think that we should all try and be a little more measured in our choice of words. For Prof to say, quote, anyone who says that COVID has not affected the economy or government either does not read that. Is, in my opinion, rather insulting. What is wrong with saying the person probably did not follow what was happening? I read. Does not mean I follow everything. Does Prof know everything about, say, child pornography? If no, does it mean he does not read? Please let your guests know that when they are on radio, choice of words and expression is very important. Ironically, Prof is this morning also talking about communicating and communication. Thank you, Fire. Prof. Fire, Prof, and pay. Now this one says, Prof is right. My church, the Church of Pentecost, put in an application to MTN, and they sent a team on 2 occasions to come and do the SIM registration for the members and people in the neighborhood. That's Accra Newtown District, Church of Pentecost here. I'm sure it is important for Prof to avert his mind to the fact that although it's true that people who are vaccinated can and did get infected, you are less likely to fall very ill and get hospitalized or die if you are vaccinated. That is why hospitalization in the UK, for instance, is low in spite of the high cases there. In Ghana, the number of cases has been below double digits for a while. And as the president said, the beds at the treatment centers are empty. Vaccination has a lot to do with it. Therefore, we must encourage people who aren't vaccinated to do so, especially older people. Because if they remain unvaccinated and they catch COVID, they could end up in the hospital and the consequences could be dire. I'm sure that if there had been vaccines early in 2020, a lot of Ghanaians who have passed on, including our very own Sir John and Jerry John Rawlings, probably would have been alive today. Equia Tutu in Equiapim. The next update should focus on accidents. Road accidents is killing Ghanaians every day. We should channel the same energy used to fight COVID-19 to curb road accidents. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, the number of persons who have died from this pandemic compared to road accidents is dangerous, outrageous. Walanyo in Akwetia. Point well made.
I mean, that's a very good point.
Yeah, it's very good point. Point well made. Per road accidents. And then okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Farouk in Tema says, KSK, to think that we've lost millions of souls around the world and we are alive, we must be thankful to God. Yes, indeed, Farouk. Nano for Impacho, Brem on the president, COVID restrictions, fellow Ghanaians, number 28. But answer Abebem, here's a quick one. It says, the Institute for Transgenerational Leaders is holding a public lecture in honor of the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, tomorrow at the Gimpa Green Hill Campus main auditorium at 1:30 p.m. The theme is consolidating the gains of the free senior high school policy, protecting the legacy for future generations. Speakers, Professor Samuel Kwekubonsu, Rector of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, Gimpa. Also speaking, Reverend Intim Fojo MP, Deputy Minister for Education. Time is 1:30 p.m. tomorrow, Gimpa Green Hill Campus main auditorium. Well, just in case you don't know, the president Akufo-Addo will be 78 years old tomorrow. Anyway, Obisu besides, how about taxes, COVID taxes, and also when year now. Anyway, Nana for Ibrahim.
Grandpa, COVID-19 a year or 18 worldwide.
Yeah.
Grandpa, you lose a lot of dear ones here in Ghana. Very close to us. We take this moment to just remember them all and put on for
feedback.
COVID affect one. Remember paralysis, remember memory loss. Go through a whole night. Also.
Pochaman is okay.
No bumpire, madam, coupon.
Amen.
COVID, yeah, for me, you good do ya for me. And the baby on yet, waba, like common flu. Aba kayahum, or the book, their home by. Says ya, or my penny, were released travel restrictions. Papa, or side the Ika Sambra back. Papa says, yeah, passport office on never record out there, work share, will be with one watch it. What's it says here? A shortage of books.
Shortage of
passports, books, 32 page now, 148 page. Grandpapa and Koforo online will share Sika 200 cities, a B 150, B 100 cities for all passports. As I said to you, for the last 2-3 months, there was serious backup and Koforo what could you 1 year or passports. No poncho, one share in when you call. Now, says here, where automation process here, online registration, applications in ID. Grandpapa, one share, now 1 year, a human. The books, there's a serious short, is sent the whole squad, the call. Passport office, all them says here, Grandpapa report or whatever broad. Why you be shocked? And Kofo was sumama. We here, we book says here as a travel restriction, yeah, where. One call so na ejuma or there where your passport office or Kofubenya or passport timelessly. When you are to also ejuma or there where you are kodo no why. Prof Aka asɛm koro paa na mepɛ dɛ meka from president ne statement no papa only that this statement about nose mask a yɛka other countries a wakɔlɔ sɛsi a wɔwɔ lockdown na adze no ne akyɛ dɛ COVID situation we are not out of it worldwide.
Nobody has said we are.
Life must go on, grandpapa. Yes, so the life must go on. But grandpapa, or there you take a precautionary measures. You nose mask. Say, I will call me buy a PK, me pray daddy your nose mask. Also, could be a funny nose mask, which means there. And right now, obey now teachings or code do school, and I don't know, could be brave. A bit more with you. You making sure that those habits of your wash your answer, you use to sanitize, you use your nose mask, or your baby out there, you encourage near condo because in the meeting, as me, you shimka comes free for all. Actually, there will be a back there. They don't need a nose mask. And I think the interpretation as the communication record on, yeah, hit to her. Nayama will be out there. Yes, or out of necessity, or they you be your bodies. Out of necessity, or they you to point out of necessity, or there you move on, but or there you move on cautiously. Now you're making sure those things now, or they you call it fambo your woman. Grandpapa, the COVID situation in relation to for businesses now, you know, I will love to see the report as to businesses and when you're assistant. Because grandpa, Amy may apply as a manufacturing company. Mekai on June 4th, we a text message. Didn't know for it. Your cap bus registration was successful. Or the unique number or the didn't know for it. Your cap bus application was successful and is under review. You will be notified when the decision is made. Thank you. NBSSI. This is June. Me follow up June and December 10th. Me send you another one. Hi na no for it. Is there where dear no, but hi. Hi na no for it. Kindly note that assessment and disbursement of the cap bus loan will continue until January 31st, 2021. Thank you for your patience. And it does so. Say and it does so and then Orba. Yankopon I was never contacted again, yet follow ups. Grandpapa, and me as a manufacturing company, at that time of the COVID, we raw materials now made to a byproduct of petrochemical industry. We crab for China, we crab from US, we crab for Korea. Grandpapa, na minya access. A bono went almost double during this time of the raw material. Container price moved from $1,500 to $7,000 for a 20-foot container at this time. We were in dire need of support. I listened to what the government said, and as a Ghanaian, I applied, went through all the processes. Every single document was given. These are the text messages I read. Nothing happened.
But there are some too who received, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would love to see the reports. I would like to see the processes. I would like to review the processes. Now, share how this thing was its best and how this thing was given to, because I'm giving you direct account. Now, there were several people also applying from the same industry. Also didn't receive. And some received with the same documentation. We are all the same industry.
So some got, others didn't get.
Well, Grandpapa, that is what we want to see, where the objectivity.
Did they say so? Be
of the process. Objectivity of the process. Grandpapa, make a matter.
What kind of
Grandpapa, make a matter.
You go and apply for something.
I can't speak for everybody.
So
I'm speaking about a process that we were all told. And I went through the process.
And unfortunately,
I am eager to read some of the reports and the research reports for us to know what happened to these processes. Grandpapa, This is to say that in difficulty and in the business world, Grandpapa, we are still going through these processes. We are still going through serious difficulty as a nation. Grandpapa, the manufacturing sector in relation to COVID were so hard hit that, Grandpapa, it was not a joke how people were able to survive. And then coupled with recent phenomenon of depreciation of the cedi, Grandpapa, CCI, the value of the money, or there's a CCI into foreign currency, now cut raw material, as you are selling to the people at a price, and then suddenly, the depreciation continues, goes haywire. Grandpapa, you have lost about 20% value of what you were doing. What profit has been wiped off just like that. But still, you have to pay electricity, utilities, wage bill, gas, RFO. You have to pay all of these things as an input into our businesses. I think the government must look at these situations much closely. Not yet touch what the process is to get support, because when we follow the processes, the support has not been coming. In this present COVID situation, we keep throwing COVID around as the cause of everything. Grandpapa, then let's look at it also as a cause to show up the manufacturing sector and to support the manufacturing sector, so that every Ghanaian, that we all pay our taxes, we can also receive support from the government that we support, that we are the ones that give the funding, pay our taxes on time, pay our environmental permits on time, pay all our permits on time to be able to survive in these difficult times. It is important, Grandpapa, and I'm speaking from the manufacturing sector people, that what we have gone through is many companies have collapsed. Many companies are collapsing left and right, Grandpapa. And I think that assessment needs to be made as to what is happening in the industry and how we can be supported to make sure that we play our quota in national development. And we cannot be sitting here paying taxes, burdened with taxes all over, but we cannot get support from the same nation, the same government that we are all part of. Grandpapa, this is a serious plea to this nation, to the government, to those who are administering these processes and projects. Now we are supporting to be able to overcome these things. Like I said, the opening of the borders is a good thing. We need to take precaution, and we need to take more precaution than ever, because this thing is not over. Out of necessity. Those traveling back and forth, we must take strong precaution. But now I had the majority people come from Niger and Mali to buy my products, and they were constituting about 60% of my total revenue. And because now when we closed the borders, all these people were not able to come to pick up items and take it back. So that you can imagine how ecstatic, how happy some of us are. We export from Ghana to Mali, Niger, to Liberia, to neighboring countries, for us to be able to make money. And then now that the borders have been opened, Grandpapa, we believe that this will also go a long way in helping our business to be able to survive. And we are grateful for that. But we also talk about the precautionary methods that we need to take as a nation to make sure that figures are not increased, and that we're able to keep it to a bare minimum, and we're able to manage it well in this country.
Nana Ofori also made us say Peace 104.3. Yet was so no asamiti Henry Kwaguna Kokofuno Mamenfa shedding Emma Kwame Osei Prempe, Managing Director of Goyle. Opening Emma shedding Emma Yenyaba Nana Konama Dufieta Fred Antirusa Wenyan the baby call into Kwame Osei Prempe Emma shedding palm. Kokrokoo Pachobrem.
Sir General.
Yes, sir.
Baby, I don't see AI. Honorable Sir Prempe.
Yes.
I'm a Sir Prempe. senior no when it comes to the bar. Okay. Very inspirational you feel no papa. You know about that form. And ya wa there bay. And ye never basso. And so you never can on Yakujano. She said your man said the Mekambi. No come na don't can let me niha. Tea you be a program my friend Mamma Ndie. Now Honorable Minister of Education. Honorable Duchum.
Yeah, Duchum.
Yeah, weekend yana na mame ikujana kwai. Ano sina mini ha you. No no de be na papa. Onim so Honorable Duchum na chiri ba de Thomas Kwabena Kokofu.
Hey sir. And now they Henry Kwabena Kokofu.
Yeah, from the same grandfather.
Oh, I see.
1 3. Yeah. Honorable Chairman General, my main father be an anafuri at the fee, and we are my TSC, the main course. We appetizer. Now, we made our zero.
Can I say only maybe Brazil?
But Mr. Mam Kakranka.
Only be
Mam Kakranka now. For how the market scripted into. Man, your time, sir. Now, for it, Medas Papa, no pay what man. Nipa hu say no crese COVID no a hard pa economy akofom no wa ma nipa hu say COVID no enti wo wa fam die ana obi foforo de obi foforo de ni nyina aka bom a ana ye economy no run ti se mo manufacturing ni ana won so ye import won ekra ne maba na won so a chese export ko ni nyina wa ha o product na den
disposable food trays, takeaway packs.
I know na moye.
Takeaway packs.
Okay.
Building.
Factory no way.
There was North Carnation opposite.
Okay. If you have no back, if you have no back, Mark or your EPA license. And you see, these are the things I love. These are the things I love. Say would again be BB manufacturing any day. And also can say a petrochemical near me you a petrochemical hub na about takra no a idea about side now I also sympathize with you. Say your application a call about Tampa brand
MBA. It used to be called MBSSI.
MBSSI. And now cry changing our call. Be different kakra.
Okay.
Yes. De say unya kudu na apply. But I sympathize say company in Sanka. But send ya ti biara no. Ya kikambo mwana we apply we ebidi beba ebidi ma. But encourage ye. Men lusuho. Let's follow it up. Na senia etino. If say program ni guso and so enti kuta ujidiem na yem follow up na yenhwe if you say wenum nyina na kire practically say aban no ye bibi aban ne bone homoden say o how ni nyina achi
okay bia camera this is a Ghana Enterprises Agency.
Good. My rubber be na da no
Kosiyanki
you now for let us follow up e dia dance pese say anya kwa keke. If you say don't want to bet me abetna and anya gina bia aka say oh me application me sakai na me die we na buy and e achi ni ade obi no so beti FM enti the mere fact po say unya akokoduro na unya gidie na wa apply company na apply no anya wo person is the company apply no e ade a plus a delay a my anamon sankai nim say senior tibiara until let's follow it up. Product no so yaba behwe na semwa bi o wa yebetini aboa expert say onya advert onya hwe ka we senya so ba kan fresh pack okay
powerful in the system
yo nti ya danyame ase say wo as an entrepreneur as a manufacturer na o how nyina ba e atimi agina abedu ne nti afoforo bebre ti say wo no kuta gidie mo no minim say yebetini aboa. That is where Omampeni ka say the economy will bounce back. Or say economy no ebesa ba abigina na so bio. Where you be body won say for a purpose. So Seni ne papa mu pa nke beka se yentena se ya na yenda ho inclusive border na bisi nyina agi atumu prekope se border ye close yi any test na ne ye e ka ho bi na aboa me ya manage covid yi papa ana no nya no kwesa
sana science naka
enu nti won ana ebo mampani ne aban tiri so ana matutu apunum ana maye se ana momme ye test e fa hin kosi ya ne ade nyina enne ye nyina agi tum se na eyen hihye papa ewiase nyina covid management of covid ontimi nka na aye history abeka ho ontimi nka covid asem ene ne management owiase nyina na wunyiga na mfimu da. You may like Akufo-Addo or not, but president asemana on penasem. But this feat there, ultimately infinite. Prof. Okazano, okay about leadership. Now, ochire leadership at various levels. Here we call nyuma who do be ma. Human penny for any leaders was say human and more want 2 year effort protocols not a exceptional. Obi or what mask ni ho. One who runs one pounds hoda. I remember, yes, I see na PCFM. Mohana behu machine na you remono.
Now you
let me wear me pay boy Adam Coca many management EPA at Adam today. Machine be war EPA machine be war PCFM.
Has our coming home.
I work Rema Tempana EPA Koji Yadi and the Ministry of Environment in Sakani. These were at Niema na achire the leadership. Sorry, for instance, would him say, do baby na aye a twetwe ne kakra say, sorry, asofunum collection and ma na on bu afunum ne ade. But instructions are now asofunum sorry the man sorry mano. Sorry penifo no the man sorry mano. Na so effective. Very effective. Ni always ni pan bebre tie no sofo a chen ni teacher bebre tie sofo chen
Maranatha.
That's it
Razerba
sa enti
and committed this before Maranatha Razerba
Dema
enti
committed this
nkramo asol dem ni ade the kind of support and empire ni nyina achi no apart from empire na ya bono na practically nduane num ne ade na eche eti ye nyina na ya boa atai omampani achi abedu samri emre bi yedu a ye hinha mu kakra ebe yeye na anu am free Indonesia wo ko na akudu uduru Jakarta o mu international airport wa Chairman General you be delayed for about 2 or 3 hours wo be ye test no na o mu crowd o mu hotel bi wo airport wo ya de makwa kugu hotel ho kakra ko tratra lobby ho atwa mo results and sana you move on so okukuru mu awako say wo ye transitor wa continue so enti ni nyina ekoso ye call program ye call for the whole week now we program adichi anopa bia say hotel out na say okoye test antigen no test okoye 2 other day bia no be PCR every single day obey sa test ni nyina comes with cost utiaka ni nya se ohun na tewon na mum on so hwe so mbaba on ho bai o man Indonesia ni nyina ade ma won sika kese ye tourism Chairman General COVID abubu on economy no to the extent say on sika no 100,000 na ekesi wo denomination 50,000 and 2 quarter sort use all the 100,000 neto. Na akwa restaurant nipa mienu miensa modidi no moka bebe ban be 4 million. This is what is happening in other countries. One kra so kra de nyame ase mpo se or how ni nyina achi no wonder ho ti ase bedru sabe. No wa rehemu se o man no will bounce back. Enunti back home Ghana enya yanko ana hwenhwen atoye ya si ona bibia na mo de ahye covid bibia na mo de ba Chairman General se krabata bi hwe se important no kra iron rods abagana no because say China wakati shipment ni adinity container 20-footer container na nkotua bi a $5,000 ahuri ko bi a be $30,000 to $40,000 enti ono de ba no de bedu a eso obisa peso because of COVID in China and nyama nkoso yie papa ne ade shipment ne ade de odiaba enti ode ba na ne bo no kosoro wa ha so nti meton fofofo de bo no kosoro wa ha na usu koto iron rods na ne bo aye din a na ose ye COVID a ose no onti ase ana unhuhu su sanso hwe suku semi a e ba ye ni ade prof once by me hu ache but many aje papa ho aye fe na wani ma sire kama woni ma de good entia are say the say chopper de ma uta eni ja to am de ma wa ha na de koye na etinya ye adwuma na enne kwame guys be no my health and that is wa ekoda ya COVID the best so far wo mi ni me de wo mutu amba Linda or Brig Girls na Henry war presec COVID the best so far wo mu ni nyina chi no enne o mu te classroom amochira wa ade mo nyam nkanya me say na Henry ye medicine or medical school ana Linda ye pharmacy say wo research ni mo ade na mo ye no e be kire say COVID no go beyond eniama ahodo bebre mpo a ye de ye ni hu COVID effect prof my no be kire say e kokra chain a ye ka bebrebe nipa bi anya ho say bibia is COVID asema to wo man ewi ase no enya de keto a ye te ho a ye di ho agro sa ebi no kasa bebre nipa bebre say ayi ensuo kra ntokra mo say COVID they say na ebi amonso na mo yesa the overstretch ebi amonso budi bibia as COVID na pori ayi wo manufacture ya nkoso is wa uji tum say COVID enti we nyina ya de na abaso bonde beba yes set up ewo friend say KI ya Kokrokoo International Frontiers omoboa me ye testing nom ne ade nyina chemanje nkrofo abo ntiri so ani ade but you can't take it away the quality of service so mo provide here enunti udru Ghana ewiase afana ba bia particularly western world now say ani say red na ye we ni would the Ghana test ni ade du ba bia na ye gitum ama ye nia yankasa ya gi atu ye ho so say services akoso you don't ask papa sabre so modest band so mbejai omu bejai and no kire say
menya sure some bejaya straight away sir
well say o mampani aka say o baby wuremu a on test bio yes sir
or say ufri ho ba
na wuremu
ubiremu a on test
bio nemo onye on vaccinate ya gradia
and then they'll have to test you
oze
some vaccinate here that's so mo ye ho
adwo ese test na vaccination so oye enti ayaseda ne de beda saafu ni nyina na yada frontliners na ade ne ba wonya kokoduro egina animu titiri the medical fraternity a doctors a nurses for any one keka ho psychologists volunteers to on see o when security agencies bedu ho no won ho ba asempa say on tisi abontin no mo hwe say law and order ebe ye adwuma enu nachi model bofwe ene yes media fui adwuma amaye efa saade hu COVID ho ne ade
God and country
na omampani ye da wase ne akukudura wanya emfa ho ne ne a ye kan bia wugina wo naso ne kai duru ba bibi Ghana Medical Association omuma ne ye say sukuu na esi ebie no chese o man no ye bebo kra ya se betore ba ni nyina mu no kuta hodie ene ade ene nkyerɛkyerɛ ene bibia na yenya akokoduro se enya hwe yintu anamon na yenko edu ba bi no na mofra na ekotoro nsohwe no esese o man no hwehwe sika na ye ma wo nuane di free of charge na wo matini enya akokoduro akotoro nsohwe atichafo hwese wo free fie ba na abegina nkoda abese wo ha ene duonum anim ene ade obia de ne how fie ana eba obia wonim nia nti the risk taking was so high, yet munya kudru any bibia yenia SSM. Piawfo outdoor Beko school. Near catch yourself, Banu be real school. Only who can solve the best radio. Imagine an
up to now, man, so schools we will have Obaqua, no.
Now, your yin too. Prof, I can't say, or say COVID, we knew then naturally in lessons obey a tray innovation. A tray and say a bribia moon yen yankasabitin the argument, and he and sa aye near me beer, Nanka, and ya tie. So, Bio, a tray and say, I will toss on a bema. Yes, Kwaha and Maha. Yenye we yamfa we mu akwam yampepe horo yensa na yanchiachia na yankeke hu mom na yenye sei ye ni nyina eno soso ade a ebeboa yaji ye hu saa nose mask ye ken in part well prop nyaaya na nke bia o mampani amoso nanso na dwimpo mu no ene mpani adwimpo mu no ye say nose mask no enye nhye eno no nkyere say men say there be when him say before COVID now Japan nominate China nominate now crop use nose mask
oh na say Japanese for there
pollution
before COVID yes against pollution and I will call baby to say sawmills nominate ade we call natural resources nominate say human some forestry human here use mask chainsaw operator or no yen adwuma yie pa o de bibi kata ne hwene o kɔ sawmills a bibi kata wo hwene o kɔ steel industries o ma ye steel adwuma ya bibi kata wo hwene ansa ne ye medics nankasa na no na ne hu ne yie o se doctors ne na zero use mask nti na ye surgical mask no ana ekoba ase covid nti ese obi ya use I can bet you no way ebeka bebre ho dum do na beka ye ho now a kire ye say sempo me ko ba bi na ekwan no kra mfutu kwan na mfuturo e wo so bebere na ba bi a me wo no wisie wo ho bebere a me the mask kata me hwene a be yi enya covid nko na bi a wo de against ne mum mframa pa home eni mfutuma na mfuturo a ebe ko mu bitimi de mask no asave ni nyina ka ho bi nsa hohoro na nke ye nimu upeye na oya adwuma ne ade na kokko ya tutu bi odo ya no asom na han na odi na ne nsa hu fi ene ade ohia no yonko no ochia na onhwe die ne won nsa na
so amapanyin san tuyefo ho
ofi sebe ajana bia ba ya no ohia no yonko a no de nsa abo ne nsam no wachia no ayia sititiru ni nyina covid a kire yen se enya ade a here excess ye may adwene kosopa 2005 2006 German general na ye hunu covid ho hwe sabre no ne MP bantama ne MP no abusi abnada pa our sister yes na on the MP
na MP wa bantama
now
abnada pa
you
okay those days
yes I'm a chairman she was the MP na obana e call rounds ni e kwa yi num ni ade ya sa ni atena ka mu a bu se wayi sanitizer sabre na mi hunu ade kro yi ade kakra gu ni sem oskwamna ji papansa yakochi achia be those days o kochi achia bebre na sanitizer na ade apepe yansa saa ni akọ na anim she was so careful say unkoyi no obadwam na akoye ne akokase o kire wo ho enti covid nsemi ba ye a afi be ye say essence compulsorily ana ihia se obi biara ukuta sanitizer na opepa ansa na ahonsa so wow ebi no manite ya che so we nyina ya ade a enyansesua ene ade mayen FM ni on my ma da na muntuo ni yehu ni die bebrebe wanhwe yi obeka so ahye koto abotai enu nti wadi ohuni akowie dabi say
Kokrokoo for mamimbo breakwa
oh, Jema afena kamebe land.
Debbie, me catch you start here and me catch you to nimre.
Sir.
Mama obey 17 or 18 minutes.
Oh, nti wada na ya bie no nti mami ntufu se ya nhwe se ya be koni aba.
Me kasa
bakamo.
Chairman General, my man lad did that.
Prof, I come.
Chairman General.
Yes.
My man lad did. I'm free Indonesia. Chairman General, myself, I go. The flight schedule, flight, with Emirates, Accra to Dubai, almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
Dubai to Jakarta, almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
Jakarta to Bali, 2 hours.
Wow.
Now, yes. Now, Sophie, Dubai called Jakarta. Ukofa, which are the Indian Ocean now, Kofa. So Malaysia no me na be a Malaysian airline no koto e na be si no mu hu ye no kofa ho anti ye duru ho na am say ha
we yembe show kakra say hey eradi mami ntra hanko
o man to na chefu ana on fane kra sa
e dia ya seda onya me aka ye ho de akọ but ya bie bodai nim say enuma e be sha ase na when you say any border no na bibi ho na still crofo koba illegally
say unapproved routes
unapproved routes
ebi also no mutua
na the smuggling so by papa any adinti e besre won a o man dimu omugina eye adwuma de boa o man o ye borders so ye sremo ebre ni a mo manfo ho ha wo fa kaprebra fa da mabra afi mu edi smuggling hwe se Ghana anwea yen na ye tu no mpoano na ye smuggle to Togo akoton emmoa man nko
we are own enemies
da o mampeni
Henry Kwabna Kokrokoo Professor Joseph Osafoni na Nofori Wusu and yeni omtwetwe nkomoy. In the meantime, Michael Owusu Kumasi and Eyewa Woda, happy birthday to you. Michael Owusu in Kumasi is from Akosue Free in Accra. The good Lord richly